Recording setting.
Panel, we're just going to give it a few minutes for people to join, and also the audio here at the Barclays Center just to turn off.
It works now, so the audio is going to come through here.
Hi, Ashton. I do the committee on the hearings. Yes. Okay. And I'll see you again. Good. Yes. Good. Made it here. Yeah. Nice place to make it to. I know it's fancy. Oh, VIP entrance. It's like, excuse me. Be like this. Yeah. What do you do? I work at MKHS, veteran liaison, and new member. Thank you. Got the word last Friday, and so here I am. I was like, oh my gosh. Meeting's Wednesday. A week later. Yeah. I have a person like yeah, basically trying to make safer communities with like education and consulting type of program. Good.
Nicole, you're like right.
Sit with Mercedes.
What's
So,
that?
you know, I'll sit with you. So you know.
Okay, great. I wonder though, because
Is this a good place to sit?
Come on. What's going on, my friend?
hello, welcome.
Hi, I'm Ramon.
Wherever.
Nice to see you too.
Oh, JL, can you turn off your audio and your speak? Can you turn off your audio? Okay.
Get that out of the way now. An agenda?
Not a general. So I always have one generally, but I don't necessarily send it out. We always give a few minutes for everybody to join. I'll do the introductions. We'll introduce you. We'll introduce other members of the board. So commissioners about 1 minute out. So kind of wait a little bit
coming in.
to get here.
In person. Okay.
Mhm. And then we're going to have the presentations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to give just 2 more minutes.
Not being snared. I'm still in this position now. I think also like a lot of mine was still on because I graduated in 2022.
Yeah. Is Wendy Clinton coming in person?
I don't know. I told her last week. I would assume so.
I know
But
my
she didn't say
intern right
anything.
now.
Unfortunately. She's a face.
Yeah. My
Who's my
grandpa did my
Manhattan
dad's
colleague? Who else is Manhattan?
Diego.
Diego.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like
There are a lot of queens.
The what?
We have a lot of queens representation.
really
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Always give me a
Yeah.
They are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that, she was one of the factors.
And Brady, can you just test that you can hear us clearly virtually?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, thanks.
You got me? Thanks.
As always, if there's
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, but, you know,
So there's some wires over there.
thank you.
It's your,
yeah,
like, so wireless. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure.
Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started for everybody that's here in the room and also for those virtually to make sure we don't delay any further. The commissioner's about a minute out, so we're going to give them some time. But thank you, everybody, for joining our last session of the Veterans Advisory Board for New York City. Today we are having a meeting held in Brooklyn. The target of this session is employment. As part of this, we want to thank the team at Barclays for allowing us to use your facility. It's really nice, and we're also going to have some of the team at Barclays presenting some of the opportunities that they have. For everybody that's not aware, my name is Mercedes Leyes. I'm the chair of the Veterans Advisory Board. To start off with, I do want to welcome our newest board member, Ashton Stewart, to the Veterans Advisory Board. Ashton's been a very active member of the veteran community. I'll give him the mic to do a little bit of an introduction, and then we'll introduce the other members of the advisory board as well.
Thank you very much, Mercedes. It's an honor and privilege to be part of the board. My first meeting, as Mercedes said, a little background on myself. Ashton Stewart, I use he, him, his pronouns, and I'm a Navy vet, first Gulf War. And previous to being here, I entered the veteran advocacy space as the Sage Vets program manager, which is a New York State program for older LGBTQ plus veterans. And then I shifted over to MJHS in 2022. And that's where I am now. I'm a veteran liaison, and I assist veterans and their families at end of life. And I'm just honored to be here. Thank you.
Thanks. And so we'll turn it over to Ryan.
Ryan Graham, Air Force veteran, and yeah.
Thanks, Ryan. And Brendan?
Good evening. Brendan Gibbons, Marine Corps veteran, representing Queens.
Thanks. While we're waiting for the commissioner to attend, I will turn it over to Jason Loughran to just give any general updates on behalf of DS.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, yeah, Mercedes, yeah, I'm on. Let me, I'll do this and then I'll head inside. I'm parked right outside right now, but I'll go and I'll pass it over to the rest of the team. First off, congratulations to Ashton as far as the newest member of the Veterans Advisory Board. I want to call it Ashton Stewart, Navy veteran who just joined. This has been his first meeting. So just welcome to this, and we're so excited you're in this position. As was mentioned, I'm James Hendon, Commissioner, New York City Department of Veteran Services. Just want to say a few things before we pass it on to the rest of the team as far as talking about employment and other things. First off, just want to call out the opportunity that's coming ahead with the Joseph P. Dwyer program, where this is an opportunity where we have resources from the state that we're trying to put in hands of those here in the city who want to help our brothers and sisters as far as the military and veteran community. Any activities that normalize help-seeking behavior are fair game, and we ask you to visit nyc.gov/vetdwyer to learn more. Once again, it's nyc.gov/vetdwyer. Deadline is now Monday, November 25th at 2 p.m. So it's Monday, November 25th at 2 p.m., and we encourage all to apply. We're trying to leverage these resources from the state to put in the hands of folks who are on the ground. helping our veteran military families. So nyc.gov/VetDwyer. Deadline is Monday, November 25th at 2 p.m. Other thing I wanted to mention was just as we come into veteran season this November, to visit ourveterans.nyc. It's the community calendar for our veteran community. So it's www.ourveterans.nyc. We ask you to look there to see all the various events happening throughout the community for those who want to get involved. And speaking of getting involved, we encourage folks to go to nyc.gov/vetvolunteer. That is nyc.gov/vetvolunteer to find out ways you can continue to get in the fight. And so it's the volunteering piece at Vet Volunteer. It's supporting the events, and it's ourveterans.nyc, and it's stepping up when it comes to the Dwyer program, and that's nyc.gov/VetDwyer. Those are, I'll just pause for any comments before we keep going.
Commissioner, the only outstanding item that we have from the last session prior to this one was one of the board members, Paul Dietrich, did bring up the issue about the older veterans that don't have access to some of the technology concerns for the trash bins that are mandated by New York City. If there's any sort of update for access to those veterans to be able to get that, and Jason's in here.
Yeah, I'm going to refer to JL on that one. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Mercedes. The sanitation department has offered us, for anybody that is having any trouble, we do direct them to the New York City Aging Older Adult Centers. I'm going to put the links in that's here. These links are going to provide everybody with this how you order a new trash bin, where to go if you need some assistance in ordering them. I will say that I spoke to several council members and the sanitation department themselves, and they said that there is a backlog of some sort of delay in the. Just be prepared for a little bit of a wait time, but they are aware of the delays, and if you have any of those problems, you can always reach out to us, let us know, and we'll ping the appropriate officer and make sanitation aware of that delay. I'll pass it back to you, Mercedes.
Great, and then Commissioner, if you have any items for Veterans Day that you wanted to highlight, any events, I think right now would probably be the appropriate time to do so. You're muted.
So our biggest item will be the New York City Veterans Day Parade. And we'll put links in the chat there, recognizing that it's going to be Monday, November 11th. And that's going to kick off at 12:30 p.m. And it's going to be Avenue from 23rd Street to 47th Street. And so I want to acknowledge the Veterans Day Parade as far as really, we ask folks to be there really between that noon to 3 p.m. bracket, but kickoff would be about 12:30. And for those who are interested, there's also the commemoration held at Madison Square Park at 11 a.m. as far as the 11th hour of the 11th month of the 11th day, marking Armistice Day. And so the Veterans Day Parade, we'll put more in the chat, but that is Monday, November 11th, 12:30 p.m. to a little after 3 p.m., running from 23rd Street and up 5th Avenue to 47th Street. We'll put more details in the chat. I think that's the biggest veterans-related event that's coming. Another one I'd argue is the dedication of St. Albans National Cemetery. And that's going to be at the campus of St. Albans in Queens. And that's going to be Saturday, November 9th, that's going to be at 11 a.m. So Saturday, November 9th at 11 a.m. is dedication of the VA Cemetery or St. Albans, or also known as St. Albans Columbarium. So that's a major event we encourage members of our community to attend. We'll put more in the chat, but I have to argue the two bigger ones. One is the Veterans Day Parade. The other is the opening of this national cemetery in New York City.
And the team from PBS want to brief any other events?
We're ready to do.
Okay. All right, Commissioner, anything else on your end to brief?
Nothing at this time. I'll step in there. I'll be with you guys in the flesh, but I'll let Ellen and Nicole take it from there. Thank you so much.
Okay, so as the subject for today's meeting is employment, we will turn it over to Ellen Freely and her team over at TBS to brief about some of the resources, and we'll pull up their slides right now.
Sit over here. Is that right?
Yep, anywhere that's in front right here.
All right, I'm gonna go around.
Here, I can move.
No.
We'll turn the camera.
Hi, I'm Ellen Greeley. I happen to be the Assistant Commissioner for Policy and Strategic Partnerships with the New York City Department of Veterans Services. One of our major portfolio items happens to be employment, and I'm very proud to introduce you to Nicole Orlando, who is our Manager of Transition, of which employment is one of the major components. So Nicole has put together a wonderful presentation, and I am going to hand it on over to her.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicole, I'm from DBS, so we'll just jump right into it. So what I would like to call this is the employment and self-employment, because we've noticed that there's a lot of interest in entrepreneurship as being an avenue of employment for many veterans. So here's just an overview of what we'll be touching on today. So anything that has to do with job readiness and employment, our extra events programming, our collaboration with small business services, Workforce One, city agency hiring in general, the SkillBridge and VA Work Study Program, the Boss Up Competition, our Veteran Business Lab, and our Veteran Business Leadership Association. So for job readiness and employment, we'd like to, for any of our transitioning service members or veterans and spouses that we're working with, we do like to direct them towards some tools that are created by the Department of Defense, as well as the federal government. So some of the No Years platforms, which help translate skills from what was done in the military that you're able to use in civilian life as well. So you're probably familiar with the COOL program or the Army PAYS. So some of these credentialing programs also we like to put out there for our transitioning service members and veterans, just to ensure that all their skills are being properly translated. Something else that we'd like to promote is our collaboration with the New York City Employment and Training Coalition. So this is a really great avenue for those veterans who don't have interest in going to school or getting their degree, but want to join a workforce development program that leads to meaningful employment. These who have these job development programs, like Verizon and other ones where you can gain that meaningful employment without a degree. Next slide, please. ExtraVets is a program that we support that is for that career prep, where we bring you into a room, like a workshop setting, where you're able to talk about what you've done in the military and how it translates into civilian life, as well as at the same time, you're able to connect with hiring managers who are actively trying to fill positions in their companies that are open with veterans. And some of our mentors are also veterans themselves, so it's helpful to have that peer-to-peer connection as well. And something we've been really leaning into is the industry-specific employment. So we recognize that everyone has their own interests and strengths, and we really want to play to that. So there's many different industries that we've placed veterans in contact with some hiring managers at. So the finance and tech industry, air cargo, trade and unions through Helmets to Hard Hats, healthcare, media and arts, and our favorite, city government. So there's a lot of different industries where we feel like there's more success when you're talking to someone who's in the space that you want to be in, rather than just casting that wider net when it comes to employment. So now I'd like to highlight our collaboration with SPS is our small business services. They do provide more than just entrepreneurship help. They also have their Workforce One Priority One team that helps people find jobs, as well as veteran business owners who are looking to hire veterans be able to do so. So they connect transitioning service members, veterans, spouses to their career services that help with resumes, setting up interviews. They have a pipeline of jobs that are already open and ready to be filled, so it makes the process a little bit easier. And then it also helps the employers be able to find those veterans that they want to hire. And they have many events that go on through the 5 boroughs, such as hiring events, events to go over how to do your resume, to make sure that everyone's prepared when they're on their search for a job. And because you're a veteran or a veteran spouse, you do get priority one, so you're pushed to the front of the line and you get the premier services from SPS. Now for city agency hiring, so we have a liaison with most city agencies, so that when a veteran comes to us and is excited to apply to work with a city, not just FDNY, NYPD, sanitation, or those civil service tests or non-competitive tests, we're here to help connect to hiring managers if they have questions, to translate their skills into city government. There are also fee waivers for veterans all the time for any exam that they want to take, and spouses do get a one-time fee waiver. We also try to promote the 55-day hiring path, which any veteran with a service-connected disability rating is eligible for. And it's a way to diversify the hiring of the city, and it's a great program that we encourage all veterans to take advantage of. In terms of SkillBridge and VA work study, we do employ SkillBridge interns who are coming out of their active duty service. They're on their last 180 days, and we get them immersed into different city agencies. So right now, we SBS accept SkillBridge interns. I have to share this because it's my favorite story ever. I had a SkillBridge intern with me to help out with some of our business stuff, and he was recently just hired with the Office of Emergency Management as a full-time employee. So it's a great program for veterans to come out of transition and really step into employment. Same thing with VA work study, which is a way for you to work while you're in school. It's 25 hours a week untaxed. And our agency has those positions as well as SPS. And that is growing in other city agencies as well. And then something I would like to talk about is the self-employment entrepreneurship route. So it's not your traditional employment, but it's definitely a path that we see growing. So we like to partner with different organizations to host our Boss Up event, which is a Shark Tank-like competition that allows veterans at all stages of their business, whether it's a plan or that's been around for a while, to get access to $20,000 of funding. There's 10 winners. We had about 102 applications this year. So it's really exciting to see the program growing because we understand that access to capital is the biggest barrier. We have more than 5 on our map. So it's just showing that the veteran community is growing in terms of their businesses and entrepreneurship and working for themselves and being their own boss. And then we worked with New York City Small Business Services, Bunker Labs, and IBMF, and NYU Veterans Future Lab to bring all of these programs to life for veteran entrepreneurs.
Are there any questions for the team from DVS as far as the resources they presented? Mike, Jason, you want something?
I just had one more round.
Okay.
Question for Nicole. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone. I do want to direct everybody in the public and here today to visit nyc.gov/event reports. There is a section at the very bottom of that page of our open data sets. It's very important that you all know that this data is available to the public for you guys to utilize for your own research to understand what DVS is doing, who we're serving. There's data on our clients. This is aggregate data, so you're not getting any PII. We also have data on our cases in terms of what services people are requesting and the flow of traffic through our beckoning system, along with a directory of veteran-owned small businesses that have been reported to our agency. So if you're looking for a veteran-owned business to conduct business with here in the city of New York, please visit our website and that reports. Right? The commission. Go back to Mercedes. Thank you, Mercedes.
Yeah. And then just so everybody, to pull your attention, Brendan, one of the veteran advisory board members, did post the 2024 Queens Veterans Day Parade. It's going to be on Sunday, November 10th. So any of our veterans that are living in Queens, please be aware of that. Again, we'll open it up to those attending virtually or anybody in-house for any questions to the team at DVS with their specific resources they briefed. If not, I do just want to acknowledge that we do have Whitney Clinton and John Rowan, who are also members of the Veterans Advisory Board, present on the call. Thank you for joining. With that, we're very excited to have the team from Barclays bring some of their opportunities that they have with them and also some of their affiliates with them. So with that, I will turn it over to them and pull up their presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you everyone for your service too.
Okay, so my name is Carol Bernice. I am the talent acquisition vice president at BIC Global. So I wanted to take you through a little bit about our company, and then also we do have some open positions. So depending if folks are interested, wanted to kind of chat through, and then also be able to share some information. So for those who don't know, BSC is an entertainment platform committed to creating elevated, innovative, and unforgettable experiences inspired by Brooklyn. Through our state-of-the-art venues, professional sports franchises, and emerging businesses, we deliver dynamic content, memories for our fans and audiences. And we also did just win the WNBA, our Liberty team. So hopefully some of you caught us on TV and also were able to enjoy the parade. So super excited about that first win for the franchise. Okay, so within that group, as you see, there's the Barclays Center, the Nets, Liberty, as well as Long Island Nets. So within those organizations, we do have roles across, our products and experience teams, within marketing, as well as community and community relations, digital, technology, corporate development, finance, ticketing, hospitality, partnerships, human resources, which I'm in, legal, entertainment, and our diversity, equity, and inclusion. So for roles specifically at BSC Global, and if you're interested in any of these specific areas, the next slide is a QR code that takes you to BSC Global career page. I also had sent Mercedes my personal email, so we can also add that in chat. This way, if you did, apply for any jobs through here, you can also follow up with me separately. So this is one opportunity from a job perspective. Positions that we have open, we're doing a lot of growth within our media business. We acquired Brooklyn Magazine a few months ago, so there's a lot of exciting things happening there, a lot of growth within our marketing team and also technology. But there are roles across the entire organization. Then we also have ASM Global. So their work experience is a combination of everything that's unique about us. So this company is within the Barclays here. So their culture, values, and company meetings are committed to sustainability, recognition, and their people. So this role specifically, or this team, we have a big need across the organization for security officers. So if anyone is interested in that, there's a link here that takes you to the page, as well as I also shared a QR code for that. And then folks that are here, we do have copies of the QR codes. This way you can kind of check things out. So anyone interested in that type of a position, you can see the next slide, which is our QR code for that. And that'll take you to a separate website. So you will not find that job on the BSC Global career page. And then finally, Levy. So that's the company here that does a lot of our sports, entertainment, hospitality, feeds us in the Barclays Center and kind of takes care of all those, and making sure that our folks have the best experience while they're here at the venue. So within that organization, we do have a director of operations open and a general manager of catering. So same thing, this link will take you as well to Levy's page, and then also share any other opportunities or jobs there. We highlighted these two jobs as they're pretty important for us to get filled. So in case anyone knows of folks, or if you're interested. And this also then has a QR code attached that if you're interested, you can go here as well. That's it. So thanks. Hopefully you'll see something you like and apply for some of the jobs. And I'm also happy to connect with folks later if they have any questions.
Thank you so much for hosting. I just want to say that. Just to have all the veterans, want to give you a point from us.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Question. Just to kind of piggyback on what we've seen so far, and especially looking at what Ellen and Nicole just laid out too on the employment side in this presentation we just had. When we look at this thing strategically right now, one of our goals is to convince more veterans to live, learn, and work in New York. Right now, one of the issues we deal with is that we have about 200,000 people leave the service each year. And of those 200,000, 5,000 come to New York City, but they just come to school, many of them. They come, they get their education, and then they move on. And so a lot of our work here is to try to make sure they're presented with attractive job opportunities, kind of like what BSC Global is putting forth and like what other organizations put forth. So they'll say, look, I want to stay here. And that brings us to the next piece. I know we already had a meeting about this. The real area that is just an issue for us is housing. How do we make it so that I've been able to get here and get my education? I've been able to get here and get my job. Now I can be able to get here and live and stay. So just to put it in the broader context, and just we thank everyone who's in the foxhole with us to try to deal with this. So I just want to say that. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. And we also are very fortunate to have a representative from the Department of Labor here as well to talk about their resources and opportunities. So please, if you can come up and we'll pull up your presentation as well.
Good evening. My name is Martha Longo, and I represent the Department of Labor. And I'm here to provide an overview of the Veterans Program and the services that we provide for veterans and their families. The presentation will highlight who we are, what we do, and how we can help. We have career counselors. Career counselors help assess job seekers' needs, skills, and needs. They help to guide job seekers through a step-by-step approach to job search. Counselors and other career center staff provide information on salaries, occupational outlook, training programs. We also have 95 career locations throughout the New York State. We serve 1 million customers yearly. 30,000 are veterans, or 3% of the population. We have specialized staff dedicated to helping veterans gain a competitive edge in today's labor market. We all work in collaboration to help serve the veterans. DBOPs are veterans. They are also able veterans. They help veterans that have employment barriers. Those barriers can range from homeless or financial reasons. They also serve 18 to 24 years old Vietnam veterans or other veterans that are defined by the U.S. Secretary of Labor. DBOPs, they follow a specific and intensive delivery model that provides early intervention services tailored to the veteran's needs. Veteran customers are provided with career guidance, coaching, resume, and interview assistance. You can find more information on the DBOP directory on our website. Please, leavers, which is me. Leavers are also veterans. And what we do is we advocate on behalf of veterans to employers, organizations. We also do job matching. We also reach out to businesses. We also attend job fairs and events, educating businesses about hiring military veterans. This is our services for veterans landing page on our website. We have an overview of information about priority of services. There is also a link for several of our key fact sheets. New York State Department of Labor Services for veterans, hiring veterans, tax veteran GI Bill for apprenticeship and on-the-job training. We have staff directories, training and education opportunities, experience counts, New York State temporary hiring program, contact information. This is also a good starting point for the public to learn a little about each of these resources and guide them in the right direction depending on their needs. And also identify DBOP and LEVR staff across the state. Slide 7, please. Next slide. Some of the reasons to hire veterans. We help veterans identify their unique skill sets and encourage them to market themselves. For example, ability to learn new skills and concepts, strong leadership qualities. Service members lead by example as well as through direction, delegation, motivation, and inspiration in some of the toughest situations. That is one reason to hire veterans. Of course, there are more reasons, but that is one of the reasons. Next slide, please. Tax incentives for hiring veterans. Inform veterans of available tax credits when marketing themselves with businesses. Advocate for hiring of veterans with businesses by educating them of the available tax credits when hiring veterans. For example, we have the Hire a Vet. If a veteran is disabled, the business may be able to receive up to $20,000 in tax incentives, and that would help the business save on federal and state taxes. Next slide, please. Education and training. New York State Department of Labor can provide short-term training for long-term careers, depending on funding and regulations. Discuss a few of those training options. Coursera, the New York State Department of Labor partnered with Coursera to provide underemployed and unemployed New York access to over 7,000 online free courses and certificate programs. Special courses have been scheduled for veterans. We have the 599 program. This program allows you to collect unemployment benefits while attending school full-time. However, you must be within 2 years of graduation to be eligible for this program. We also have the Trade Adjustment Assistance, TAA, a federal program that assists U.S. workers who have lost or will lose their jobs because of foreign trade. If eligible, TAA offers a variety of benefits and services to support in the search for reemployment, job training, income, and other support. And lastly, on-the-job training. Through on-the-job training, the new employee can receive reimbursement up to 50% of your wages while you're in training for your new job. If you're a veteran who has the GI Bill, benefits available and not
I'm on a meeting. Can you please stop?
For income while participating in an approved apprenticeship or OJT program. Experience Counts program. This is a program that grants veterans credit towards state license for military experience. For example, if a veteran wants to become a security guard, if they were a military police in the Army, that experience can be used toward credit experience counts program. It can be waived for the 8 and 16-hour class. And it can also help save time and money. Also, the emergency medical technician, veterans that hold current EMTB credential and completed military medical training in the last 6 years. This is offered by the New York State Department of Health. Commercial driver license, veterans with military experience driving commercial motor vehicles apply for a waiver of the New York State CDL skills road test for the CDL license. This is offered through New York State Department of Motor Vehicles. Qualifying occupational titles. Some titles included in the Experience Counts program. New York State is hiring. Another resource available for those interested in working for the state is New York Health. The Health program temporarily removes the self-exam requirement. On the next slide, I'll go over how to find the open position. There are additional filters to find, either part of full-time employment. You can search by state agency, job, or title. Here is a listing of eligible titles within the Department of Labor. These titles are used within multiple agencies. The most important thing we hope you take away from the briefing is that the New York State Department of Labor is available to assist you in finding employment and making informed career choices. Thank you. Any questions? Yes.
I would suggest that veterans come into one of the workforce locations, wherever they reside. If they reside in Brooklyn or Queens, 5 locations, wherever is closest to where they reside. Go into one of the workforce locations. They can use computers, fax machines, free of charge. You don't charge anything. They can also make phone calls if they need to call an employer for unemployment. And also, if the veteran is unemployed, if the veteran is a transition veteran, they may be entitled to unemployment while searching for employment. They can't walk in. They can walk in. You're welcome. Any other questions?
That's good, thank you. I did include an overview from the Department of Labor with the emails, also the links to the different career centers and the chat, the same with the brief from BSC. Carol's contact information is in the chat for anybody that wants to reach out to her for any of the open opportunities. Next, I did want to turn it over to Dante McKellar, who's going to brief about the People's Money Initiative.
Thank you, Mercedes. Hi, everyone. My name is Donnie McKellar. I'm a Navy vet, and I'd like to share with you about an opportunity that's coming up at the James J. Peterson's VA Medical Center. It's the People's Money Veterans Idea Generation Session. This is going to be in collaboration with the Kingsbridge Heights Community Center. I placed some information in the chat so you can see it. I do not have a flyer, but I have the information and times and dates. We will be holding this session on November the 21st. It will be from 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. And it will be located, like I said, at James J. Peterson Medical Center on the 3rd floor, room 3D22. And we are looking to get 30 people to join. All of the deliverables from this event will be going directly to the James J. Peterson Food Pantry. So I hope to see you there. You can just share ideas, what you would like to see a one-year project to be funded for. And if you would like more information about the People's Money, I have included a link there. And I want to thank you for the time, Mercedes.
Thank you. And then I'll share with the Commissioner for another note.
Yeah.
Two things. As far as what Donnie just announced, we encourage Donnie and all in our community, visit ourveterans.nyc, upload the event, put the information on the event because so many more eyeballs will be able to see it. So go to ourveterans.nyc. It's just a way to amplify. Another thing, too, just want to add to it, visit nyc.gov/vetjobs. We try to put everything under the sun there. We want to make sure we have more information about our DBOPs and leavers there. Right now, we just have generic NYS Department of Labor. We want to be very much, just additive here. So it's nyc.gov/vetjobs. If anyone has any resource we should add to it, send it to us. Let us know as well. You can find all of our contact information, or you just put it in this chat. Anything that we need to add to that, let us know. So thank you.
Could I just ask, Commissioner, if you could just put that link in the chat for us to upload so I can send the flyer to you?
The link download. Okay, so the Commissioner is going to add that link.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll open the floor now for any other comments, questions, concerns. Just know that any volunteers that wish to speak, we are going to limit your sessions to 1 minute for anybody that wants to. So we'll open the floor now to any attendees, either in person or virtual, for any additional comments. Great. If not, we want to thank everybody for attending. This is the last public session for the VAB. Wendy did give a welcome to Ashton in the chat. Glad to have you on board. We will be coming out with the end of year report for the Veterans Advisory Board, so you'll see that within the next couple months. And in that report, we will be posting the sessions for next year, the dates, and each of the boroughs that's going to be represented. We may not have the exact in-person location, but that always gets posted a couple weeks prior to the meeting. Look forward to the Yankees game tonight, Halloween tomorrow, and seeing everybody at Veterans Day in a couple weeks. Thanks so much.